Hashtag good afternoon. The woman holding this phone is named Kristina. On behalf of her, myself, Brian Feldman Projects, and CalArts, welcome today's in-class performance of Tech Show, created and performed by Brian Feldman. Today, Brian Feldman plays a character named Text, who will recite whatever dialogue that you, the audience, write and send to him anonymously and in real time via Twitter. I hope you all know what Twitter is. Personally, I only found out about it an hour ago. I'm more of a Tinder girl myself. Okay. Speaking of time, the show runs 45 minutes, and if you have to leave for whatever reason before then, please do not. It gets better. Or you could just use the door from which you enter this room. Kristina, please point to the door. Thank you, Kristina. You're an excellent instructor. Back to the audience. If you experience any problems with your anonymous Twitter account or do not feel that your tweets are being received, please get Kristina's attention and she will assist you as best as humanly possible. Now then, just so we are clear here, this performance may contain mature themes, profane language, and explicit sexual content, but again, that is all up to you. Anything goes, there is no censorship whatsoever. Also, the NSA headquarters is only 17.4 miles away from where Brian will be sitting. You have been warned. Everything you're about to see is completely written by you. So if you do not like the show, it will obviously be 50% your fault. And so without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy Tech Show. I know you will. Hashtag start your applause.
When you click on him, so you see him.
When you start
Hashtag hello.
Hello. Hi.
once you start texting.
Okay.
It's very cold in here and I am uncomfortable. Hashtag goodbye. I'm not sure if people know that you talk. This is dumb. Hello. This is not dumb. What is happening? This is awesome. Am I real? I'm very clever. I am in jail. They didn't give me a phone call. I didn't do it. Please tell my wife I love her. I will be dead within 24 hours. I'm hungry. I don't know what to do with myself. If you step through the door on the wall behind me, you will emerge in my mind. I want to say something funny, but ah! Jesse, how was your show this weekend? 45 minutes is a long time. I wish I was more clever. I have so much hair growing out of my head. The windows behind me aren't real. Like I said, I am in jail. I meant it. This is not a performance. Jesse, stop tweeting to yourself. Brian Feldman, how are you doing? Sorry, I missed your show, Jesse. Kristina's show was so funny. You should have gone. The show was great. Thanks for asking. I eat children. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. I wanted to make it, but I had rehearsal. If I could change my name to anything, it would be Pierre. Hi, everyone. This is Tony, and I really had to leave class early because I am selling crack. I'm sorry it smells like icy hot in here. Look in the window behind me and see Tony selling crack. Tony's crack is really good. I highly recommend it. This is the hand that takes, and I have a message to give you. Here come the planes. I think you are all medium attractive. What up with dingy art school kids? Tony's gallery actually looks so cool, that thought, guys. Hi, everyone. This is Jesse. And if you look at me, I am on Tony's crack. Noonish concert next week. Whether it's worth seeing is all up to Kira. You know what to do, Kira. Medium attractive. Excuse me, bitch. Did you see that white woman behind me? She was like a ghost. What do you think of Cal Arts? Ouch, ouch, brief candle. Life is but a something. Brief shadow that goes out. Poor players upon a stage doing something, I don't know, I forget. Hi, Jesse. This is Michael. Can I get that crack? Crack is so 80s. And so on and so forth and so on. How much tuition are you paying? And can you get better crack for it? How are you kids planning on paying off your student loans? Hey, Jesse, your skin is really glowing on that crack. Too damn much. Did you ever think that you would hear me say, I have a potato in my vagina? I bet you didn't. I used to say I would never do drugs. Well, I'll probably never do meth. Hey, Francis, it's me, Leon. What are you doing in class? I'm hiding in your backpack. I bet Kristina wrote the potato vagina tweet. Julia, I like your coat. Thank you. I'm very warm. Signed, Julia. Leon is absent today. There is at least one person in here who's done meth. I confirm that. I want boba. Hi, Francis. It's me, Leon, again. How come nobody has seen me? Take a guess. Wow, it's taking me a long time to talk today. If you hate the show so far, raise your hand.
What a question.
Kristina, you're a really fun teacher. I like this class. Hey everybody, it's Leon. Please help. I am in jail with Brian. I am the round. 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 Poop emoji. Saxophone emoji. Leon's not really here. I just miss him. Horoscope emoji. Francis, did you write that? Julia, do you have cigarettes for the whole class? Because I think we will all need to start smoking after class. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. Seriously though, guys, can we pause the performance for a sec? I have to pee. Nope. Hey, dancers! Ezra, why were you limping earlier today? Oh my God, that was beautiful, singing this now karaoke. You can't pee. Ah! Oh, oops, I don't have to pee anymore. Starts peeing under desk. Francis, it's me, Leon. You want me to order you a pizza? I injured my toe last week. Sprained it. Okay, guys, I'm out of crack. I might have to come back to class. Love, Tony. I never had to pee, but I have one cue. Hey, Isa, how's it going? I smell sex and candy here. Mm-hmm. Who's that lounging in my chair? Mm-hmm. Does anyone happen to have a Slurpee? Isa, why don't you respond? I wish I could have a mohawk. Quick question for the class. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate this performance? I'm thirsty! I'm thirsty! I'm thirsty! You guys should know that Kristina's show was like Sesame Street on crack. This was written by Jesse. -10. 5. I think it's funny. It's pronounced Isha. Class survey, who is stoned? 0 out of 25. It's Isa, not Isa. Let one bitch go. She was just behind me. Ah. Ha ha ha, me. I wish I was stoned. Fuck that door. I commend my own commitment to performance. Applaud me now. I'm glad that I didn't cover that window behind me, because all the drama is behind me. Love, Brian Feldman. Wait, bitch, come back. I miss you. Indian man emoji, alien emoji, crying emoji, old grandma emoji, crying emoji. Knife emoji, knife emoji, knife emoji, knife emoji, knife emoji. The performance is over. I now want to tell you guys about my childhood. It was very sad. I was by dogs, very, very small dogs. Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. I lick my pillows to help me fall asleep at night. I wish we can get this Google Hangout to stay focused on Brian Feldman. You got me feeling emotions. There's too many EMF waves flying through this room right now. Anyone else feel seizure-y? Julia, what did you do yesterday? So Francis, you want the pizza or what? Line! Do you ever feel like there's a worm in your brain? A little one under your temple? It just keeps moving and moving, and I can't make it stop. Pony carousel emoji, cat face emoji, pony carousel emoji, lemon emoji, check emoji, teeth emoji, woman crossing her arm emoji, alien emoji, smiling emoji, cat emoji, grinning emoji, knife emoji, grinning emoji, poop emoji, alien emoji, Indian man emoji, lemon emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, Indian man emoji, cat emoji, lemon emoji, lemon emoji, lemon emoji, woman crossing her hands emoji, alien emoji, laughing until you're crying emoji, Indian emoji, teeth emoji, cat emojis, teeth emoji, poop emoji, alien emoji, rose emoji, crying emoji, rose emoji, tear emoji, fist emoji, alien emoji, crying emoji, teeth emoji, crying emoji, teeth emoji, Indian man emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, Indian emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, Indian emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, lemon emoji, old woman emoji, alien emoji, chicken emoji, old woman emoji, horse carousel emoji, crying emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, check mark emoji, Indian emoji, shrimp emoji, rain emoji, horse carousel emoji, tear emoji, laughing till you're crying emoji, tear emoji, lemon emoji. It's a pet. It's a pillow pet. Are really slow. Tweet faster. Watch. Poop emoji, alien emoji, woman emoji, ponytail girl emoji, tap dance emoji, man with mustache emoji, woman emoji, boy emoji, woman with her hands up emoji, alien emoji, boot emoji, panda emoji, penguin emoji, fish emoji, chicken emoji, alligator emoji, hear no evil emoji, cow emoji, blowfish emoji, ram emoji, alien emoji, horse racing emoji, alien emoji, horse racing emoji, snake emoji, horse racing emoji, dolphin emoji, goat emoji, alien emoji, chicken emoji, alien emoji, blowfish emoji, tree emoji, flower emoji, flower emoji, dragon emoji, shell emoji, flag emoji, moon emoji, fungus emoji, fungus emoji, half moon emoji, willow flowers emoji, half moon emoji, fungus emoji, full moon emoji, flower, flag emoji, jack-o'-lantern emoji, flag emoji, mushroom emoji, flag emoji, alien emoji, strawberry emoji, thunderbolt emoji, pineapple emoji, fire emoji, watermelon emoji, alien emoji, grape emoji. I am a Latino. Rain umbrella emoji, alien emoji, apple emoji, drumstick emoji, strawberry emoji, chicken emoji, strawberry emoji, corn emoji, meatloaf emoji, beers clanking emoji, wine glass emoji, rice emoji, alien emoji, meatloaf emoji, beers clanking emoji, alien emoji, wine glass emoji, meatloaf emoji, beer clanking emoji, cooler emoji, wine glass emoji, meatloaf emoji, super emoji, meatloaf emoji, candy bar emoji, cake emoji, alien emoji, pie emoji, cake emoji, alien emoji, birthday cake emoji, alien emoji, bullseye emoji, splash emoji, bullseye emoji, splash emoji, bullseye emoji, splash emoji, saxophone emoji, bullseye emoji, fire truck emoji, monorail emoji, signal emoji, train emoji, roller coaster emoji, alien emoji, stars emoji, alien emoji, Japanese tower emoji, Mount Fuji emoji, star in the sky emoji, alien emoji, firework emoji, alien emoji, star in the sky emoji, Mount Fuji emoji, fireworks emoji. I had band practice and smoked 500 cigarettes. Love Julia. I feel like modern dancing. Work those obliques. What does you type to get him to do the jumping jack? Each jumping jack was for every time Jesse made a bad joke. How old are you? Fuck whoever made me do jumping jacks. That person is a prick. What are you doing? I'm not sorry. Love, Jesse. Makes you exercise. I need to get in on that. I wish tweeting was exercise. Can we all clap for him? Get it. Just watching those jumping jacks. I haven't been to the gym in a month. Am I getting fat? Hey guys, on a scale of 0 to fat, how fat am I? Wow, you guys are about clever. Sad crying emoji, 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 sad crying emoji. Shit. 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 I never want this to stop. I want to control a man on a small screen with my keyboard phone forever. I mean, he just did a shit ton of jumping jacks. Let's clap for real. Man, fuck you guys. I hate jumping jacks, and now I hate emojis.
For real.
I think I'm about to self-destruction. Kaboom! Stop staring at him and type words. We must type words. Yo, you emoji happy fuck. Fuck you. This is a dream. You are asleep. If you want to wake up, stare into my eyes and walk into the screen. Write poetry. Write some poetry. I am sorry for tweeting all the emoji. From Michael. I feel really close to all you guys. Like, I could tell you all my secrets. It's my fault. I texted the emoji because I couldn't stand the silence. Sorry, guys. From Michael. Brian, are you single? I'm going to murder emoji head buzz chiller. Sometimes people tell me that I am Arwen from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Well, let me tell you, I am. Hello, folks. Words, not emoji. How did you get him to dance? Brian J. Feldman, born February 4, 1961, is an American poet and a member of the state senate in the state of Maryland, representing District 15 in western and northern Montgomery County. He previously served in the Maryland House of Delegates. Before election to office, Feldman was an attorney with the United States Department of Justice and currently is in private practice. Stop with the fucking emojis, please. God damn. If I have to hear one more emoji, I will find you and kill you after class. I want to tweet more emoji, but I see that people don't appreciate it. Its postmodern value. From Jesse. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Okay, I've done this performance like 6 times, but this has been the worst. You guys are obnoxious. A booga 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 booga. Kristina, I did all this for you. I don't think this performance is about a democracy. So, fuck off! More emojis! Alien emoji! Purple's everywhere! Wrong, Michael! Hey, Michael! Fuck you! If you skip my tweet, you ass! Be better at your role! Marlene! Oh, he's gone. Guys, tell me when that bitch behind me comes back. You guys, my ex-boyfriend is the worst. I think that I shall never see a tweet as lovely as a tree. Hashtag poetry. Brian Feldman is an award-winning conceptual artist working primarily in timed performance, the recipient of the 2011 State of Florida. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Save my life. My favorite movie is Love Actually. Michael. Kristina. We aren't friends anymore. Michael, suck my dick. Francis, you want some pizza or not? I hate this class. You guys are all unappreciative little brats. Kristina, love Liam. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is noble or divine to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous, I'm out of character. Francis, wake up! I'm stuck in this little screen. Why is Moby Dick today Moby Dick? That was really uncomfortable as a kid, and still does. And I'm a grown-ass woman. Michael, stop being a kid and give Jesse a hug. Michael is innocent. It's me, Julia. Everyone, please look at me. I am going to try to do the worm now. You know, there are 18-year-old girls who do exactly what I'm doing. But I'm an artist. Michael! Hug Jesse now. Why am I on the floor? Can someone help me out? Kristina, will you marry me? Actually, I bet Francis was the emoji culprit. He's sitting there all calm and innocent. Michael, please hug me from Jesse. Come on, I actually want you to do the work. As men, we shouldn't shy away from hugging. Okay, Jesse? From Michael. Hug, 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 hug. Yes, I will marry you. Michael, you little slut! Brian, get off the floor. The audio is fucked up when you're on the floor. Francis, I like your new haircut, but fuck off with the emojis. I know it's good. Hey, Macarena. Hey, who did the homework last week? I know none of you guys read that last article. Kristina told me about you guys. You guys are tough. Kristina, are you married? Wow, Kristina, do you owe Brian some big favor that you're subjecting us to this? Julia is obviously the cool guy in the room.
What?
Kristina, when are you going to tell your class? What? Even though we're fucking around, I feel we managed to be pretty polite. But Kristina, you should have realized that this is Cal Arts. Cal Arts doesn't read. Kristina, I love you, and I would like to name our 10 children Geraldine, Edgar, Eunice, Patrice, Clarice, Joe, Bat, Bucket, Floor, and Soap. Brian, the audio is getting warped. Okay, everyone, chill the fuck out. Two Wongs don't make a right. Am I right? Wow! I'm a monster! Can we have a pizza, please? Hey, Julia. Francis likes you. True story. Look! He's smiling! Really, these students never learn to read. Everyone here who loves NSYNC, say I. Inconceivable! Thank you for thinking I'm cool. I am actually very warm though in this coat, but I appreciate your concern. Julia. Hey, it's me, Tony. Who wants some emoji?
No.
Who here has a tattoo? Raise your hand. No, fuck you, emoji person. Fuck off. That was a weak as fuck eye. You guys don't like NSYNC nearly enough. Don't take it personally, Kristina. It's not you. They love you. I'm too lazy to raise my hand. Why do people hate the emoji so much? Love, Fred.
I swear.
I'd much rather be pizza right now. Hey guys, it's me, Kira. And I know how to make Brian move because my dance grasping powers. Wait, guys. Do I smell like weed? Hey, guys. This is Kristina. And I'm buying you all pizza and hot coffee after class. This is boring. What am I paying you for, Brian? From Kristina. I'm gay! I'm not good at this. This is my first tweet. Someone just tweeted that they wanted me to touch my own butt, but I found that really inappropriate. Call me on my cell phone late night when you need my love. Class dismissed. Guys, this is our fault that it's boring. Let's pick it up. Someone help me figure out how to turn this into an intelligent art convo after. From Kristina. Hey, can someone pick me up downtown? Love, Harry. Vogue, Vogue. Let your body move to the music. Oh, hey, hey, hey. I'm a greedy little piggy. I want to nibble on your toes. I am a greedy little piggy. I want to nibble on your elbows. I am a greedy little... I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. I'm so sexy. Yeah. I love you, baby. And if it's not quite all right, I need you, baby. Okay, that was great. Now let us unpack this. I'm not coming out of the closet, so you can just go away. Hey, it's me, $100 bill. How do you get the ink stain off me? I'm so sorry. The end. Everyone leave the class. Jesse, stay. Who wants pizza? What's with the repetition? I would never repeat. On behalf of all men, I apologize for all of our faults and wrongdoings. But really, I dismiss the class. Why are all sins? Fuck you, Jesse. And I think it's gonna be a long time. The touchdown brings me down. I get to find Michael, Jesse. I'm sensing something. And that's the except Jesse, you stay. I feel like crying. No more song lyrics. And scene. Ezra. jumping jack for every posting prestigious title for the class. Shut up, Ezra. You're disrupting the class. Kristina, hi.
Oh no. What did you send him to?
Thank you.
Yay! Thank you. So help me turn this into a constructive, arty conversation. So, okay. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you all. You sick fucks.
That was our first time doing this performance online like this. It was a little bit of an experiment. Do you want to
experiment was success, right?
I hope so. Do you want to talk a little bit about this performance and where you've done it before?
Sure.
Yeah.
It premiered actually in 2009. Is there really a feedback?
A little. It was starting to get pixelated once you hit the floor.
Okay. It premiered in 2009 at the Kerouac Writers Residency in Orlando, Florida, in the home where Jack Kerouac lived when On the Road was published. It's now a writer's residency. It's a great writer's residency. Actually, you get to spend 4 months in the home where he was living and work on whatever you'd like, whatever novel or whatever you're working on. So I premiered the show there and then presented it throughout Central Florida. And actually, I just ended a 10-month run in Washington, D.C., performing it every Sunday at the Arts Complex in one of the neighborhoods up here. But the concept for the project was actually to give control back to the audience versus a more passive theater-going experience. I found myself falling asleep during too many plays, and I noticed that people were having a hard time turning off the phone. So, I mean, how many people use their phone inappropriately at times when you should have it off? Anybody? Nobody?
It was all weekend for me.
All weekend at your shop?
At my show, yeah. People were texting at my show.
Yeah, you can only text at my GIF.
So can you describe some more memorable shows you've had of this performance? I
did a class for this child arts class once, and it was totally effed up. It was really amazing. This was a great challenge. I like when people figure out how to do the acting, because that really takes it to the next level, I think. Interesting ones. People have asked other audience members out on dates, actually. And it actually go on a date through me, which I always find pretty interesting. People have found ways. Here's the thing: when you have the veil of anonymity, and obviously, I don't know how accurate some of these tweets were that it said it was from the person that they said it was from. But when you can hide behind persona, it tends to bring out the inner troll in all of us a bit. I mean, I've said probably some of the most horrible things in my life through this show. Well, I've definitely said the most horrible things through the show, and I've said some of the funny, but definitely the worst things. And it's somebody in that room, so that's always interesting.
Would you say that we are pretty tame?
Except for whoever may be the jumping jack.
What are the rules? Because when I first saw you do this, I never saw you move from outside the table.
Well, that was your fault. You didn't figure out how to level up.
Yeah. What are the rules that are prompting that, or do you not let us know?
Sorry. I mean, the person who made it happen knows how they did it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So there are a set of rules that you have that when you see them activated.
Yeah.
And they prompt it to action or other things.
It's
like an in and out secret menu.
Yeah, this is obviously more on the performance art side of theater. So when people send me stuff, they're gonna within reason. Like if somebody said, take a knife and stab the person in the front row, I would probably just read that direction. Probably. Unless it was Michael.
Okay, so can we, they've all
Love
prepped.
Jesse. What?
Jesse.
There's still tweets coming in. I love you all. Okay, it's the end of the show, except Jesse.
It's not me, it's not me. So they,
Wait, that person's new. In the blue.
she went to the bathroom,
You went to the bathroom for 45 minutes?
That's
impressive.
So they all have questions. They did a reading. They totally did a reading about racial passing on the internet, and they've been reading about your past project. I guess we could also set a backdrop of your other projects in case new questions come up. But I think one thing that makes Brian interesting is this merging between real life and fiction so let me read some of those past projects that I'm familiar with. So Feldman Dynamic is one of them, and that's where he had dinner on stage and people would just join. And then sometimes in theaters and sometimes in houses, right? People just come watch your family have dinner.
Yeah, I performed it in my parents' home. We set up risers and lights, and actually some people had to walk out because we were cooking and they couldn't deal with the smoke in the house. We also did the show at Cracker Barrel over Hanukkah. I don't know if you've ever been to a Cracker Barrel or not, but there's been a lot of Hanukkah decorations. So we brought all of ours and decorated by the fireplace. And they ended up calling the Orange County Sheriff Department on us. But we had a group of 20 people there, so it was pretty fun.
And they're just watching you eat, and you're not consciously performing.
That's more of a participatory thing. Okay. There's multiple versions of that.
And then we watched a few videos of Brian Feldman Marries Anybody, which is where you met, 3 women showed up at the court in Florida?
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think anybody was going to show up.
And one woman had a baby with her.
Another baby.
And you spun a bottle and you married one, and then you stayed married for, at least legally married for how long?
A year and 11 months and 1 week. Oh wait, no, 11, I'm sorry, yeah, 11 months and 1 week.
11 months and 1 week. Then China IKEA, which I'm not that familiar with, but that's you do tours in the IKEA.
Yeah,
You just
China IKEA was a walking tour in Google translated Swedish. Starting at the entrance to IKEA, we led a group tour through the restaurant, ordering the most Hanukkah themed food in the cafeteria in the restaurant at IKEA, which I guess would be the French fries. We spun dreidel, sang songs, and then I led a tour through the store, ending in the lighting department of IKEA, where we all did a group sing along, also in Google translated Swedish.
And you work with IKEA on this, or did you just show up?
I actually had a contact there because I had done a previous project there. But I usually, unlike a lot of performance artists, I usually try to get permission. And if I don't get it, I still usually do it anyway, but I first always try to go through the proper channels.
And then this project you're doing now is called Dishwasher, where it's a one-on-one performance. So you show up.
Not necessarily.
Or I guess it's in someone's house, right? And so they buy a ticket, you show up at their house, they have dirty dishes for you, and however big this pile is, you wash the dishes. So sometimes it's over an hour, is that right, that you're washing the dishes?
I did a house last Sunday in Baltimore, a doctor from Johns Hopkins who hadn't washed their dishes in 4 days, and it took me an hour and 45 minutes. And then they presented me with did you know the concept of the piece?
Remember reading about Dishwasher? Yeah, and so they give you a monologue, and you.
They gave me a monologue, and then I did a cold reading, and that particular one was from the Vagina Monologues. And then after I read that, I just asked them if they felt I was a better actor for dishwashing, and they tell me the answer, and then I leave.
You go home.
What did they tell you?
For that one,
Yeah.
it was tough because the guy who was the fiance of the doctor, she kept complaining to him the whole time, saying that I was washing the dishes way better than him. And that's the whole thing. I always try to do as masterfully a job with the dishwashing as I do with the cold read. But they, at the end of the day, they said actor.
And then I just want to describe to the class. It was there was a kid who got stuck in a skill crane machine at an arcade, and as sort of a tribute to that kid, you got in the skill crane machine for 16 hours.
Right. The time for that wasn't. It was just based on how long that coffee shop was open that particular day. And it was actually done on Super Bowl Sunday. So that was my version of the big game. And then I actually moved it to an improv theater in Orlando and did it on an occasional basis. I would just pop in and show up while audience members were going into the shows.
And so the crane is just like plopping on your head.
Exactly.
Okay. And then there's this, sorry, what's that? Go ahead.
Scalp massage.
Scalp massage. And I've just described some of these other ones that I'm familiar with. The 24-hour embrace, that's a Korean artist who did something similar, and then you.
Yeah.
Attribute that.
Yeah. He was in Chicago, and he didn't have a good relationship with his father, so he put out an ad, I believe on Craigslist in Chicago, looking for someone to stand in for his dad, and he found a former Marine who agreed to embrace him for 24 hours on New Year's Eve. And halfway through, he invited the public to join in on the embrace in an art gallery in Chicago. And unbeknownst to me, back in Florida, at the exact same time he was doing that, I was in an embrace with my girlfriend, who, while we were embracing, I said, what would happen if we should, I don't know if she probably said it. She said we should hug for 24 hours. No, yeah, she said it, and then I said it's impossible. It can't be done. And then 3 months later, she sent me documentation of Wong's performance, and she said, don't take my suggestions ever again. But I reached out to the artist and I asked if I could reperform it after Marina Abramovich's show at MoMA, where she had all the re-performances, and he agreed to let me have permission to do the piece. And my actual dad agreed to hug me for 24 hours, although this time I did a boxing ring. To show the struggle that led us to get to that moment.
And so there was 24 hours, no breaks?
Everyone's always so obsessed with the breaks.
I know the breaks. That's what
are you wearing diapers? Okay. As performers, you set your own rules. And so for this one, my dad, he's not a performer. If he needed to get up to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom very quickly. And he only took 3 or so breaks. So it was continuous other than that.
Wow. And you did a similar one with shorter moments with your mother.
It felt like 24 hours for her. I mean, 24 minutes is very difficult.
And then this other one that I witnessed, because we met at an artist residency in 2009, and every artist has like a dorm room, and he had an accompanist come into the dorm room and seats around the bed, and you requested songs, and the accompanist played the songs, and it was like a cabaret show, except he was under the sheets the whole time singing. So you just sort of see this bump singing, and if you wanted to sing, under the sheets.
Does anybody here have a version of singing in public? Or is everybody?
We can't hear you.
I'm extremely shy.
Oh, okay.
And so I can't really sing in public. To get over the fear of singing, I did this cabaret by request in the hotel room. Well, you saw it in the dorm room there.
Yeah.
I performed in a hotel room before. And I also do duet.
The sound is distorting a little. Is it possible to get closer, and then we can do this Q&A? Great. Okay.
Yeah.
He's been working really hard. So do you have questions for Brian? You can come up and ask him. Yeah, will you come up and take? This is Kara, the dancer, who got
So it was you.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, it was me. So do you find that your work has given you more or less faith in humanity?
After today, I don't know. No, it does. I think people really are open to this kind of performance, especially interactive work. Maybe not so much in class, but the general public really tends to
get on board a little bit easier than doing it in like tradition. I don't usually work in traditional gallery spaces. I do non-traditional venues or real world locations outdoors. And they're not flash mobs. They're not happening type thing. But no, I always. Now I'm here. Hello?
Yeah, it's okay. We're just gonna deal with it.
I just want to make sure. No, I always have faith in humanity, except for you. No offense.
I didn't make you do the jumping jacks though. That's the thing.
Right.
Does anyone else have a question? Everyone has to ask you a question.
Or else they can't leave the room.
It's my totalitarian style teaching that
Yeah,
I'm adopting.
this is horrifying.
All right, another question. Because we've all prepped questions for Mr. Feldman.
Now they want to change the questions, though.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to change the question too. It's Jesse.
You're Jesse?
Wait. Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Sorry about the jumping jacks.
Yeah.
How have you? What are instances where you've come up against like your limits as a performer and like what you're willing to do against like a concept that you have? And are there times when you've like come up against what you're willing to do for a performance?
Oh, that's a great question. Kristina?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I thought you were going to answer for me. There are some times when I come up with an idea for a project and I don't go through with it because I think it's just the wrong time, or it's dangerous, or it's going to be received the wrong way. And there's also certain situations where, there's a lot of situations where people seem to come up to me and pitch me projects. And say, hey, you're the guy who hugged his dad or jumped off the ladder, whatever. You should do ... And then they proceed to tell me their great idea. And sometimes they're actually good. And I say, that's great project. You should totally do it. And they say, well, I'm not the performer, you are. And I say, yeah, but you had the receptive concept somehow. If you don't do it, it's not going to become reality. And they say, yeah, it's not me. I mean, if you, it's on you. And I'm saying, no, it's on you, unless you're open to collaborate. And usually when I get to the part where I say, do you want to collaborate with me? They also say no. There's very rare instances where they have agreed to do it. But getting back to projects that I've been afraid to do. I went to this project. Central Florida was ranked the most dangerous in the country for their intersections in terms of the number of pedestrians struck and killed. So I started to do this project. It was a 12-day project where I was going to walk across the 12 most dangerous intersections in Central Florida. And for the number of hours corresponding to the number of people hit that day. And I only made it the third or fourth day when I got to this particular dicey intersection, and friends who didn't know that the project was happening saw me, so kind of just walking the intersections, and they pulled off at the side of the road and they kind of staged an intervention, and they said, this is kind of dangerous. There's a lot of, you're just attempting getting hit here with all these tractor trailers, and you look exhausted. So they actually put me in their car against my will and took me to their house and forced me to stop that particular performance. Does that answer your question? That probably doesn't answer your question. No.
I can also think of other stories, but I'll let them come up in other questions that come up. Other questions?
Oh, wait. I know what you're going to say.
I have a couple stories, but do you, let's get some other questions to him.
I'm the only person standing in the way of you and your pizza and coffee, just so you know.
It was in the homework. Everyone's going to ask Brian a question.
How warm is that jacket? Is the question.
Oh, here comes one. This is Michael.
He's not in the class. He's just walking through.
Hi. So
Nice
I was
beard.
curious. Thank you. I work hard on it. I do. I was curious if you have like what your background is and how you got into performance art. Do you have training as an actor or writer, or is this kind of always what you were doing?
Excellent question. As excellent as your beard. I find out. I started as a child actor, and I started performing when I was 10 years old, doing plays. My first role was actually in the Shakespeare production of the Scottish play. Is anybody in the room an actor? You're an actor. Would you be offended if I said the name of the play?
Well, we're not in a theater, so no.
Am I in the theater though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're that gray space between
Okay,
theater and reality.
well, let's keep it accurately and not say. I did Nickelodeon stuff when I had hair and television, Disney commercials and industrial stuff and plays throughout childhood and my teenage years. And to be perfectly honest, I came up with this idea for a show, and I thought it was a new form of theater, reality theater, where I would, as it's probably been mentioned, I would sit on stage with my family and have them. And the show was to be called theater. And it was going to be reality TV, no cameras, 45 minutes, just as close to an approximation of reality as you can, knowing that the audience is there. And I pitched it to my family over the dinner table, and my sister immediately said yes. And she actually followed me into theater, and she became an equity stage manager. My dad said yes. He's a graphic designer and a visual artist. He said yes. My mom said no. And the reason she said no is she was a stage mom. She drove me to my auditions throughout the state of Florida. She helped me run lines. She celebrated with me when I got parts and commiserated with me when I didn't. But she never had the desire to be in the limelight, and so she said no. And it was a firm no. I'm not going to do it. So I had to let that go. But I kept bringing it back because I really wanted to do it, and I didn't want to have to hire an actor to play my mom, although I was threatening her often to say, listen, I want to hire this actor to play you. And she said, that would be great, but at the same time, I didn't want to do it because that would ruin the concept. So I actually had moved to Los Angeles, and I was living in Valencia, near where you probably are. And I was out there for only 3 months when I got a call that my mom had gotten breast cancer, metastatic breast cancer. So I was, out there, and nothing was really happening for me. I was going on auditions and being an extra and some stuff, but I really hadn't gotten situated. So I decided to go back and help out, and that took 2 years of her going through the battle. We weren't really sure what was going to happen, so it was a pretty scary time. But here's what happened. She beat me. She's healthier than ever now. But within a week of her beating cancer, I sat down with her with a copy of Neil Simon's Brain Rich Memoirs. I don't know if you're familiar with that play, but there's a scene in there where they're sitting around the dinner table, and Eugene, the son, is pitching an idea for his family to have dinner on the radio as the future of radio entertainment. And I read her the passage from the play, and I was playing all the roles, and she was crying, and she said yes. She would finally take her rightful role in that performance, which had now the name had changed to the Feldman Dynamic. So as soon as she said yes, I sat down and wrote up a one-page concept, submitted it to the New York International Fringe Festival, which is the jury festival. Got into the festival. We did the show in New York. It got on the Today Show. It got a lot of attention. And it was an amazing experience. But that was the first time that someone had kind of said to me, it's interesting. It's not the first time something like this has been done. This is performance art. And I said, what? I thought this was reality theater. So I did my homework. I found out where it fit in the history, and I said, well, I don't care. I still want to do it. I love doing this project. I want to tour this for years, dinner across America with my family in front of audiences. Here's the thing: it is really hard to coordinate with your family, no matter how supportive they are. Hopefully all of you in the class have supportive parents. Maybe. I mean, I have extremely supportive parents. But they just weren't up to the challenge of having to tour this thing. So after I sort of put the dinner show on the back burner, I came up with an idea for a solo project that I did on Leap Year Day, where for 24 hours I climbed a 12-foot ladder and I leapt off every 4 minutes in downtown Orlando, right in front of City Hall, which is kind of, I don't know what the equivalent would be in downtown Los Angeles, just whatever the most central location is. And it was very well received, international attention. And after that, I just went crazy and I just did project after project and just was going down a project list and just came up with a concept and just wanted to realize it.
I would like to also say, I think,
by accident.
yeah, you also, I think it was intriguing when I met him. He has a marquee. You have a portable marquee, and you would just like switch out letters in this marquee.
Yeah.
And it sort of created the framework of, like when the NBA opening day, you would just read rules, the NBA rules out loud in the parking lot outside the stadium.
Yeah.
It's like things, just crazy things like that. Are there other questions? All right.
Thank you.
We're welcome.
They can
Keep
also
that beard.
comments about what we just experienced in this 45 minutes.
Okay. I know that a lot of your work is time-based, and they're defined by, like, the beginning and ending of the pieces are kind of defined by parameters of the, by time, and that's how we perceive, when the piece is happening and when it's not. So I was just interested to know, like, how would you define, like, performance? But more importantly, I'd like to know, like, what isn't a performance?
Thank you for not turning that into a video question, because I know that a lot of people, when they hear time-based art, it's like, it's actually incorrect. Time-based art is video. You're wrong. What is not a performance? That's actually a question that has been asked of me multiple times, because by doing projects rooted in reality, especially having dinner with your family or doing things in real life, you get tagged with everything being a performance. And one of the many reasons that I left Florida and I'm now in DC is because people thought that everything that I did was a performance. One great example is, I don't have a TV, but there was this major crime court case. I don't know if you heard it out there. It was the Casey Anthony trial, and this mother was accused of killing her daughter. And it was a huge news story in Central Florida. And I saw it in the newspaper, but I wasn't really following it. But I lived down the street from the courthouse. And so when they said that the verdict was read, I was like, oh man, this is really dramatic. I want to see what that's like. I've never been in a big court decision. That's got to be really very theatrical. And so I went to the courthouse. I got in line. I read the rules on the courthouse website that said how to dress appropriately. And I waited in line, and they hadn't reached a verdict, so we were just standing around, and some people left, and I was just waiting by the vending machines. And hours went by, and I wasn't sure if they were going to reach a verdict that particular day. But then I saw the press and everybody running back to the courthouse, and apparently the jury had reached a verdict. So we were ushered into the courtroom, and I was seated in front of her parents. And it was live on every single cable news network. It was on CNN and MSNBC and all the local channels. But here's the thing: I was seated right in front of her parents. I didn't choose that location. The police officer assigned me to sit there, and I also didn't realize, since I hadn't been watching the trial on television, as a lot of people were obsessed. It was their own, like, Truman Show or something. This was like the reality TV show at the time. That they had the camera focused on the gallery as well. So there was a split screen between Casey Anthony on the left, and I was right on the right side with a split screen when they reached the verdict. And our phones were off, as you have to turn them off in the courthouse. But as soon as I walked out of the courtroom and I went to leave, I turned on my phone. And by the way, when they read the verdict, it was extremely dramatic. I have never been in such a tension-filled environment, even doing performances, because obviously a life was at stake here, and so much time had been invested into everything involved in that. And to be in the room, I don't know if you've ever been into a courtroom or been served on a jury, had to give a decision, but it was just unlike any performance that I've ever experienced. I know it's real life, but again, going back to what I'm interested in, reality. Anyway, I turned on my phone, and my phone blew up. There were over 100 text messages. My Facebook feed had hundreds of posts and Twitter and everything. People thought, incorrectly, that I had shown up to the courthouse to do a performance that they came up with a title for. Brian Feldman watches the Casey Anthony verdict. And I was furious. I literally went through and deleted every single post, every comment, everything that I could with my name attached to it. And then the Alt Weekly there wrote a story in the paper about me hijacking the verdict to turn it to my advantage somehow into performance. And the whole thing was, they felt like I could never go out in public and participate now that I've turned my life into a performance, if that makes any sense. And I had to respond back to them and essentially state that everything that I do is a performance. I'm a private citizen. Some people actually said, you know what, he's right. He didn't send out a press release, and you know he promotes the shit out of everything that he does. He sends out press releases. He will poster the city. He will tweet obsessively. This was just on him. But it made me realize that, yeah, you have to be careful at a certain point. And it was a little window into what Kristina's going through right now as a celebrity performance artist after her weekend of sold-out shows at Red Cat. You know what that's like.
For other reasons, yeah. No, I guess it's that problem where no one knows if you are a walking show or not.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I get, like I was saying, and I don't know if you believe me. I've never met you. And Kristina knows, I'm shy unless I'm doing a performance.
Okay.
In which case, I will go out and put on the persona to get through it.
But your marriage was legally real.
That was different too. I mean, I don't usually do protest performances, but that was a situation that was near and dear to my heart. I was at a birthday party for a friend of mine, and I was the only straight male there. And while we were, talking, I asked everybody if they would be offended if I went through with this concept that I had recently come up with, where I was going to marry a stranger. And I wasn't sure what they were going to say, but they were all on board, and they said, go for it. We think this is a great idea. So once I had them in my corner, and they didn't think that I was making light of the cause for marriage equality, I went forward and I, again, sent out the press release, posted the city, tried to reach every possible person who would be interested in this project to show up. And I didn't think anyone was going to show up. So I was shocked, genuinely shocked, when there were the 3 women who showed up. And again, fortunately, it was not the woman with the baby strapped to her chest.
Great. Are there other questions or comments about what happened? Or
What did happen?
I don't know. We're fighting to make a story.
I don't know, you said that you've been acting and performing your whole life, but then before you mentioned that you're afraid of singing in public. That seems like a really weird line to be afraid of, and I was wondering what's different about that for you.
Probably my voice, because I don't have any training. And also, I don't do karaoke. Like a lot of my friends always say, hey, come out, do karaoke, but I don't want to sing in public, especially now that everyone films everything. And I don't want them to record it and then post it online and it to be disseminated and everything. I'm slowly getting over that though. I mean, with this, I'm playing a character and it's not me, so I can kind of separate it a little bit. But this is only recently. Like when I started doing text, if someone would send me a musical cue, I would just read it dramatically, and I would still save the fear of singing for the under the covers piece, which I'm still performing, which is now, I guess, a throwback as I slowly get out of being afraid of singing. Are you a singer?
Kind of.
What does that mean?
I personally hate performing, but am not afraid of singing in public. It's like the only thing I'm not afraid of doing in public.
Interesting. Well, let's trade personas. And jacket.
Okay, cool. Leon. No, sorry, not Leon. I keep doing this. Francis. I'm so sorry. I should know better. Francis has a question.
Oh man, I wanted him to ask for the chair.
What if you tell a joke and no one laughs?
Oh, that's great.
How do you predict the reaction of the audience?
I love when people don't laugh. And here's why. It's not a comedy. Or at least it doesn't have to be. I'm a big fan of improv comedy, just watching it though, not performing it. Because there's so much pressure to be funny and to tell joke one after another. And if you're not funny, you know, like the website, funny or die. So with this performance type work, it doesn't really matter if you tell a joke and it doesn't land. It just enters into the realm of Andy Kaufman performance, which I'm a big fan of. It happens a lot, and there's a lot of awkward silence, and I embrace that as well. Embrace the awkwardness of it all. With the dinner with my family, when people find out about it, people are really obsessed with this, and they want to know every single thing that's happened. And they always say, "Wow, your family must be extremely funny." That's pretty much the starting point. And I have to say, you know what? They're kind of funny. We have our funny moments, but we don't have to be. It's just real fast. And if we're boring, that's okay too. And there's been moments on stage where we're eating and not talking for upwards of 4 or 5 minutes, or where there's tension, or where there's an actual real fight on stage, and I think that's great too. And none of it is prompted. I don't tell my family or my sister or my parents what to do. And there's been some interesting revelations that have come out because of that. Unfortunately, that show is pretty hard to make happen lately, but if I could do it again, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I love my family, I love that show and the awkwardness that it presents. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Not awkward at all.
Well, okay. Lizzie's coming.
Hey.
Hey.
Question.
Anna.
Yeah, I want it all. So have you ever been presented with a situation where, more sort of towards your dishwasher piece, but if somebody gave you a monologue you didn't feel comfortable with, would you say no? Have you ever
Absolutely
said
not.
no?
No, I mean, I literally read whatever they give me. And sometimes the hesitation is on their part versus mine. They feel they feel like they're giving me something that they don't know if I would be uncomfortable performing. I will literally do whatever they want. And for example, I don't know if you're familiar with the singer Beyonce, but she's a singer, and she has a song called "Single Ladies." And so there was a dinner party. After the party, a lot of fun. They handed me the lyrics, and they said, "Okay, here you go. This isn't uncomfortable. This is just interesting." They said, "We want you to perform this as dramatically as possible with a Scottish brogue." And I said, "Okay, great." So I went into the bathroom and I just practiced in the mirror just to get the sound of my voice, and then I burst out of the bathroom door and I kind of did it as best as I could. But it was great. And there was kind of some hesitation after that, or beforehand, like, should he do that? Should he do a more traditional monologue? I've read everything from Shakespeare to Al Pacino monologues to train schedules. That was a lot of fun. So imagine reading like train schedules across the line in different voices or singing them or something. No, I would never be uncomfortable reading a particular monologue in that piece. In fact, what was I thinking? On a rooftop in Philadelphia, after washing the dishes, I walked out, they handed me a script, and I laughed looking at it, which as I usually do, and I said, well, which one do you want me to read? And they said, all of them. It was the vagina monologue. So they wanted me to do the entire show, and I did it. So there's no limitations to how long it could be either. So they control literally everything in that performance. I like giving the audience control of how things are going to go. So they choose the time of the performance. I'm going to show up to their house, whether it's 2 a.m. or 8 p.m. How many people are going to be there, how many dishes, what the monologue is going to be, and finally, if I'm a better actor or dishwasher. So giving over the audience control is a really cool way to change up performance.
Cool.
And if you wanted me to read like a Dear Santa list in its entirety from childhood, page after page, I would have to do it.
In the interview you did, there were some questions about if anonymously people, which happens all over Twitter, is people it's like a spewing ground for racism and
not as much as
and stuff, but not, I guess, if everyone could see each other in the room texting.
You're policing yourselves.
They're policing them. So you haven't had a situation where expletives, like really something really incendiary has come out?
I mean, the other night in Baltimore, we were starting to talk about where all the Asians were in Baltimore. There were no Asians in the room, and they just wanted to know what happened to them. Where did they go? What's up with the Chinese food? And I was like, wow, who is writing this? There's somebody in the room writing this stuff. But I will not skip over any dialogue. I will read it and let them hear whatever thought is passing through their mind and let them deal with the repercussions. But I will say this, when I started doing the piece, I used to be adamant about signing in every single person in the room and getting their full name and their email address.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I would send them a transcript, and it would say, text whatever number the show was, written by, and it would have everyone's name on there. So if it had incendiary language in the script or content, their name would essentially be attached to that script.
Yeah.
You would have to own everything that was said or written. But people got uncomfortable with that, and they said that they didn't want to show up because they were afraid of being in a show where I was just dropping horrible stuff.
Oh. One last question. Last question.
It's
Yeah.
simple. If you could put into words, like as simply as you can, why is it that you do this type of art and this type of theater, like for you personally?
As simple as possible.
Yeah.
It's a curse. No, it's unfortunate. I hope that you're never cursed with this awesome responsibility. It's terrible. It really is. I never had envisioned this whole performance art, conceptual performance type work until the thought had entered my mind of bringing my family into the fold and doing that reality type of situation. I always thought of myself as a more serious performer. I actually auditioned for Juilliard before Michael Kahn, who was the director at the time, and I gave probably the worst audition of my life. But it was, thankfully, I'll never remember the audition, but I will never forget the audition. And here's the thing about auditioning and doing traditional acting: you're not in control of your career unless you are writing your own screenplays or scripts or performance pieces, or you're incredibly good-looking, like this entire class here. Wake up! Yeah, it's terrible. Because here's the thing: At this point, I have a project list of hundreds of projects that could keep me busy for the rest of my career, the rest of my life, if I had time to realize it. But some of them are pretty complicated, and I might not get to them, so it's pretty scary. But other things I definitely want to do, and there's only a few signature projects like the dinner show, text, and now dishwasher that I intend to tour throughout my career. But otherwise, it's terrible. Get out of it while you can. Run out of the door right now. Get out while you can. Wait. Make sure that you frame your degree. A lot of people get their Cal Arts degree and they just like put them away, but you should hang that up. Because when your parents come, they're like, oh, look, there's the degree.
Wisdom, awesome. So if there are any last questions that we'll just, oh yeah, Michael has one more question.
Another question.
Better be good.
Do you have a day job?
Tweet it.
No, this is a good question.
Do I have a day job?
Yeah.
What's your definition of a day job?
By your definition.
Make money. Okay. I call.
I told you this was going to happen. This question.
Yeah, I know. I call day jobs money jobs, regardless of what time of day that they happen. And
Right.
I hate talking about them, but because we're all artists here, I hope. Is anyone here planning on not being an artist of some capacity? If so, leave the room now. Okay. Yeah, I have some money jobs. I'm sitting in the conference room of one of them right now, actually. And thank you for not making me get naked on camera. I appreciate it. Because then I might have lost this money. But at the same time, I also apply for grants and fellowships like a lot of artists and reach out for sponsorships. And I try to stay away from Kickstarter lately because it just becomes a begging campaign. Unless you're a celebrity. Not unfortunately, but the reality is I haven't been able to escape from the day job. And yet, as soon as I leave the day job, whether it's a day job or a night job, I go straight to my project work, and that consumes the majority of my time. So I alienate a lot of friends and relationships and other fun activities to focus on the work in the goal of getting back to doing it full time. DC is expensive.
It is. It's not known as a performance art town either.
What are you talking about?
It's a different kind of
The
performance art.
longest running performance in history. U.S. Congress.
Thank you. Are there more?
You want kids, Brian?
You want kids, Brian? We've had this question.
Do I want kids?
About having children, crazy children, no money. What do you want kids?
You want
Yeah.
You want a child? Is Kara's question.
How old-
Yeah.
I don't know how. I think I'm losing the signal. The Hangout is hanging out now. Yeah, a better question I think is ask my mom if she wants grandchildren. That would be probably a better question. Here's the thing. Maybe. It's not going to be easy. I always kind of gauge where I am in life by looking at my friends from elementary school. Because I went to a private school and I stay in touch with all of them, right? And it was a small Jewish day school, and all of them have what you would call traditional jobs, mortgages. Almost all of them have kids, and they're living a normal existence. Whereas I am jumping on Megabus, Amtrak, hopefully not Greyhound, going up to Philly, New York, Baltimore, back down to Florida, wherever, to do a project and to just follow my muse or chase it, something. So if it happens, it happens. If not, I'm content with the performance work that I'm doing. It's this is a really depressing question to end on,
No, it's good. It's good.
especially at 9 p.m. It is real. This is too real.
It's very real.
How dare you? Thank you for not tweeting me that at Brian Feldman, by the way.
Okay, and with that, thank you so much for your work.
Thank
I
you.
know you've let us get really personal, and I mean, I am a big fan of your commitment to your work, and just the ideas I think are so eclectic and weird, and I really appreciate it. Was right in line with what we're talking about with digital performance and race tourism and things that we're reading about this week. So thank you for happening to have a performance that could be shared this way with you over there. Great. I don't know how to say goodbye. I'm so sad. All right, I'll see you later. And
We can all wait.
why is it so sad? I don't know how to.
Hand clapping.
Thank you, Brian Feldman. Thank you for watching this. I will see you later. Okay, I'm gonna end the broadcast now. All right, bye-bye.
Yeah.